The impeachment trial in the Senate is about to start. Does it feel a little like status quo ante is slipping back to you?
I do think there were a lot of Republicans who, had used their vote on impeachment as a mechanism to try to keep Donald Trump in line. And to the extent he has been relatively quiet since the 6th, it may mean that some Republicans are going to end up voting to acquit the president. I think that's a mistake. But I do think that in the end, there may not be a whole lot of Republican votes. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't go through with the exercise. I just think that, ultimately, we have a constitutional responsibility in the Senate to process these articles. And I think in order to sort of right the moral ship of this nation, you can't skip the accountability phase for the president who tried over the final days of his presidency, try to lead a violent insurrection against democracy.
But will an acquittal, if it happens, basically show that impeachment is no longer a tool that the legislative branch of the country actually has, and that balance of power in the United States has, in a fundamental way, actually eroded?
Well, the irony of all of this is that, in the end, I don't think that impeachment is rendered impotent as a tool, but maybe only when a Republican is president. I mean, maybe I'm being Pollyannish and naive about this, but I do think that Democrats would act differently if a president of our party had engaged in these abuses. And so maybe that's not a fair outcome, that a Democratic president could be impeached, but a Republican president cannot be impeached. But I think it's important for us to act consistently and to make clear in the future that we'll hold leaders of our parties to the same standard. That, I think, means that impeachment is not essentially rendered irrelevant.